Hey everyone, welcome back to the AWESMR channel. We're doing another giant Oreo cake, but this time we decided to add a rainbow filling. When you cut into the cake, it looks really cool, and you're definitely going to need a lot of people to help you eat this one. We'll show you step-by-step instructions in just a bit. Alright, to make this cake, we're going to need a bowl. We need to add 3 cups of flour into the bowl. We also need half a cup of cocoa powder. We need 2 cups of sugar, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, and a teaspoon of salt. Okay, now we have to mix this all up. You want to make sure none of the ingredients are clumped together, so give it a good mix. Once it turns into this sand-like color, you should be good. Now in the same bowl, let's add 2 cups of water, we'll also need 1 1/3 cups of vegetable oil. Let's also throw in 2 teaspoons of white vinegar and 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Perfect! Now let's use a hand mixer to mix this all up. Let me zoom in for you so that y'all can get a closer look. You want to keep mixing this until you get a thick, dark batter. Once you have this nice creamy texture, you can stop mixing. Now let's bring out the cookie molds. We'll be using both of these since we're making an Oreo cake. And I've said this before, but you can buy these off Amazon if you're interested. Alright, now we have to spray each mold with cooking spray. You can be very generous with this because you don't want your giant cake breaking. We've done a few practice runs, and if you don't put enough oil, it'll be really hard to get the cakes out of the molds. Perfect! Now let's pour our cake batter into each mold. Look at this chocolate waterfall. Awesome! Now let's take our cakes to the kitchen. Alright, so you want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. We went ahead and set that up earlier, so let's put our cakes in the oven for 30 minutes. Here's a quick time lapse for you. Alright, while we wait for our cakes to cool, let's make our Oreo filling. Let's turn these into bite-sized pieces. Now in a different bowl, we need half a cup of sugar and 3 cups of heavy cream. Ah, this is the good stuff. Alright, now we need to use our hand mixer again. You want to mix this until your liquids turn into stiff peaks. We're almost there. Perfect! Now let's make our Oreo filling. Start by making the red filling. Let's mix this up. Now let's make orange. Now let's make yellow. Now let's make green. Now let's make blue. And let's make purple. Awesome! We just finished making our rainbow filling for our Oreo cake. We're not finished yet, but here's a closer look at each filling. To make it easier, separate the fillings into 6 different bowls before making the colors. Alright, now let's add the Oreos. Mix it around. Give me a minute while I work on all the colors. Awesome! Now let's bring our cakes out. Alright, now let's carefully use this knife to slice off the top part of each cake. If your cake has been properly cooled, it should fall off pretty easily. Oh, that's perfect. Let's work on the next one. This one came off really easily too. Okay, now for the hard part. We need to get this out of the mold. Careful, careful. Woo! Perfect. Let's put this on a plate. Oh! Yes! So far, so good. Alright, now let's add the rainbow fillings on top of this cake. We'll start with red. We're just sort of eyeballing this and removing and adding filling as we go to make sure all the colors fit. But if you want to be precise, you can get the measurements and then start filling. Now let's add on the orange. Now let's add the yellow. Now the green. Let's add blue. And purple. Wow, I gotta say, if we just stopped right here, this cake would still be amazing. Look how pretty the colors are. Now let's finish this up by adding the other cake on top. Press down a bit. Perfect! Check it out! Here's a closer look at our rainbow Oreo cake. We have the perfect amount of filling, and the colors are evenly spread. Alright, now that we've seen the outside, it's time to check out the inside. Let's slice this in half. Alright, let's open this up. Oh my gosh, this cake is so heavy. I'm afraid it's going to crumble on me. Woo, thank goodness. Now look at that. That's a beautiful cake. Here's how the rainbow Oreo cake looks after you slice it in half. This cake is really simple to make, so give this a try at home. You won't regret it. Oh, and it's super delicious too. Well, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to click that subscribe button for more awesome videos. See ya!